Friends, do you know how God set his people free from slavery? It's a story of epic proportions, filled with struggle, hope, and miraculous power. To truly understand this incredible journey, we have to travel back in time, back to when the Israelites lived as guests in the land of Egypt. What started as a story of salvation with Joseph, a tale of a family reunited and saved from famine, slowly twisted into a nightmare of bondage. But even in the deepest darkness, a plan for a great deliverance was already in motion. After Joseph and his generation passed away, the landscape of Egypt changed dramatically. A new pharaoh rose to power, one who didn't know Joseph or the history of how the Israelites had helped save the nation. All he saw was a foreign people living within his borders, growing more numerous and stronger with each passing year. Fear began to poison his heart. He saw them not as neighbors, but as a potential threat. And so, this new pharaoh made a fateful decision. He enslaved the Israelites. He forced them into brutal, backbreaking labor, commanding them to build vast store cities like Pithom and Ramesses. Day after day, under the scorching sun, they toiled, making bricks and working in the fields. Their freedom stolen and their lives filled with bitterness. But the pharaoh's cruelty didn't stop with forced labor. As the Israelites continued to multiply despite their suffering, his fear intensified, twisting into something truly monstrous. He issued a terrible, heart-wrenching command to his people. He ordered that every newborn boy born to the Hebrews must be thrown into the Nile River. Can you imagine the horror, the sheer terror that gripped every family? The air was filled with the sounds of soldiers' harsh shouts and the heartbreaking cries of mothers weeping for their babies. It was a time of immense suffering, a period of deep darkness and fear for God's chosen people. Their prayers and cries of anguish rose to the heavens, seemingly unanswered. Yet, even in this time of despair, a tiny flicker of hope was born. A child named Moses came into the world. His mother, a Levite woman named Jochebed, looked at her beautiful baby boy and refused to obey the Pharaoh's wicked decree. For 3 months, she courageously hid him, her heart pounding with fear at every passing footstep. But as he grew, she knew she couldn't hide him forever. With a heavy heart but unwavering faith, she wove a basket from papyrus reeds, waterproofing it with tar and pitch. She gently placed her precious son inside, carried the basket to the river, and set it afloat among the thick reeds along the bank of the Nile, praying for a miracle to save him. And a miracle is exactly what happened. Soon after, Pharaoh's own daughter came down to the river to bathe, accompanied by her attendants. As she walked along the bank, she noticed the small basket hidden among the reeds. Curious, she sent one of her maids to retrieve it. When she opened it, she found the baby boy, crying. Her heart was immediately filled with compassion. She knew he was one of the Hebrew children, yet she couldn't bear to let him perish. In a turn of events only God could orchestrate, she decided to adopt him and raise him as her very own son. And so, Moses, the Hebrew child destined to be a deliverer, grew up in the opulent luxury of the Egyptian palace, learning the ways of royalty. Yet his true identity and destiny lay waiting. Years passed, and Moses grew into a man. Though he was raised as an Egyptian prince, he never forgot his roots. He saw the suffering of his people, the injustice of their enslavement, and his heart ached for them. After a dramatic turn of events forced him to flee Egypt, he found himself as a shepherd in the quiet wilderness of Midian. It was there, on the far side of the desert, near the mountain of Horeb, that his life would change forever. He saw a remarkable sight, a bush that was completely engulfed in flames, but was not burning up. As he drew closer to investigate this strange phenomenon, a voice called to him from within the fire. It was the voice of God. "I have seen the misery of my people in Egypt," God said. "I have heard their cry. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." The story of Moses and the Exodus is a powerful reminder for all of us. It shows us that even in our darkest moments, when we feel trapped, forgotten, or completely overwhelmed, God is at work. He sees our struggles, He hears our cries, and at just the right time, He prepares a path to deliverance. He sends a savior, a solution, a way out when there seems to be no way. The journey might be long, the wilderness might be vast, but we can have confidence. Trust in Him. He is faithful, and He will lead you through your trials and into the freedom He has promised. Thanks so much for watching with us today. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories of faith and hope. We'll see you next time.